Hello. Yesterday I worked with a client whose spiritual journey to self has been accumulation of reaching for the ninth dimension and bringing her esoteric awareness to those realms of realities. And today, Venus squares Pluto. Pluto is all about the transformation. Pluto and I are friends. It's the first planet that came up on the dawn of my birth. And I have had 22 transformations in this physical reality of lifetime. So yeah, Pluto and I, we work well together. I wanted to bring in some information, a bit about this light language that I am bringing together. And I'll show you my notes. I had to make notes on this one. It's a huge download. It is a spiral pattern with center focal point and energy spiraling out. There is a triangle, a trine of flow of energy coming down. Like Venus is squaring Pluto, and the energies from that frequency is being grounded into this light language using 3, 6s, and 9s in the triad, and grounding with the pillars of 4, and bringing in some of the minutia of working with number 3s. So U is our 21st letter of the alphabet. And when my client walked in, she walked in surrounded with 7s. 7s and spiritual light workers are often 7s are often around spiritual light workers. And it can be endurance, it can be resourcefulness, it's soul growth, it is that stretching, and it can be very focused and fanatical. It can religious zealots, religious zeal that it can also be very fixated. 7s aren't designed to be fixated. They're designed to flow and open, and a 7 in balance is flowing and receiving that guidance and going through that growth and holding that source. So 3 7s, 777 is 21. That's the U. Now you can think of it spiritually. Shamans, they walk in dual realms. They're in a spiritual reality, they're in a material reality. And the U, it kind of like this, it's open. The U is, it must prepare for the future. They're open completely without balance. They are open to receive. They're open receptiveness. And the 7s, they're creative, they're flow, they're imaginary realms. They bring from and bring to, imbalanced. I mean, if they're in balance. Now, an imbalanced U has defense mechanisms that if they get out of balance, they self-protect, and the U becomes an umbrella. Now we're looking at the Venus, the way it spins backwards, spiritual protection, a closing, a holding in of knowledge and power. When some of my other videos, they'll mention needing a space and needing a place to blossom into, and that sacred sense of security and self, and that empowerment, that ability to articulate. U is warm and spiritual in balance. If it is not in an environment where it can rock and flow, picture the base of a U, how it's unsteady and it moves. That unsteadiness is past, future, past, future, past, future. And that the frequencies, the 21, the 777s, those realms are bringing in that information. And if that information is able to expressed, it brings into balance your three energies. This particular light language is using the tensions between Venus and Pluto. That there's a simmering tension in the cosmos going on. Venus is the way that we understand, perceive, project, process our inter and outer relationships, how we relate to usually close relationships, your sense of family, self, traditions, all that beautiful divine feminine energy is Venus. And that comes down as a inspiration to the U's. The U's are the light workers that have the sevens in their fields. And she walked in with a lot of sevens. A lot of sevens. And that speaks of a lot of endurance, a lot of, she's had a very difficult spiritual journey, a very difficult path. And then that mind process creates more obstacles into that path. That you, that speaks well or it becomes silent. So, she had the connections to the 9 realms, and this pattern helped clear and declutter and refocus to the mental process, and to it was a beautiful pattern. Helping assist this is going to be the the Wolfpack, the instinctual mind, herd mentality, all of Mother Nature's creatures, the wild ones. They have a harmonious inner way of being, relating, of it's not survival of the fittest. It's not. It is, but a lion that's not hungry doesn't eat. It doesn't overkill. It doesn't grab. It doesn't have greed and strife. A U around greed and strife closes and becomes an umbrella. And that information that the U is open to receive. This is light workers. We all have sevens in our field. We have all of the frequencies. But those sevens, your ability to connect to the realms, maintain that knowledge and process it down. Too many sevens in your field, and it's stretching soul growth. Paradoxical thoughts that hurt, that you can't close, can't see. It's uncomfortable. So that's why the Wolfpack is helping. With that is a white lion and a black panther in a intertwine of energies. And I'll show a picture of bits for those that are visual to get an idea of how the energy is moving in this pattern. But the rabbit is also in this. The rabbit is all about fertility, birth, conceptions, ideas, numbers, sacred geometry. All of that is a creative playing field of our matrix. And let me see if there's anything else. Is that enough explanation? All right, let's begin. 909. Of course, that was enough. Let me connect to the rabbit. Okay. Tushamanata satushananata sapatakushaya sushamanata kashanamuyate sashusumananata kopayananata kuyanana sashaya nominatusha satukonamanataya noya moya toria satashia kainamuyateso nia satusha dakatusha nominatusha yatata satakashinoma ayatokashinamoya totakadoshinoma kutatata asha utata pushisusha shwa twa shwa shwa no targata so moya tasha shona mia te setusha na ta. Threes, when embodied with C's, disperse. Asa shusa tushana mana takara bodata goda data guda mana tata dushana na tata satakashita satakashata dushana tata nasa shusumana tusha tushamana no shana connect to your heartbeat. Asatu shamana connect to its steady thump. Asamanosh satakushamana satakashamana satakashana. Okay, let's integrate that. Nato. Nasutukushraman tukata sashramya nota satashratara satukushramya satakusha. Expand it. Quantato shaya noya takashraya noya tokorbayatosha sanaya sotai shinomayata satakaramana tata. Spiral it down. Asatusha tokushramanata ground. Bringing in the fours. Koya sashaya nodada shanonodada go asata atakata asata shura badada yatata sho moya se shonomoya satata satagoromana tata shaya noyate. Nasa shasupoya tarasata shinomoya sasa sarayata sarata goro baratasha. Naya sashaya no moya satokushaya no moya toya tete oyate. Toya noya sashaya no mandatata to kasatara monote natasha oyate. All right, let's bring that to the solar plexus. Ayatusha namatusha tatadusha. Gather in that energy. Atakusha namadaka. Ayatusha satusha namadaka. Ayatusha namatusha namadaka. Bring that heat from the solar plexus. We're bringing it up to the sacred heart. Asasha sasasha satosha namanatatatatatatatagusha namononotatatai. Noya tatatoshana noya tasatokoshana tasakoshamaya toshapatokoshamaya toshanamantoshana yatoya say koya noya teatoshana monete takatamoya to suya noya sashotokoshana moya teatoshaya noya to say tuya no moya to tarato tatatu tarato tatatatu satasharamoya te. Those that resonate with colors, this is the reds, the orange, and the yellows. With center white light. From Venus. And the spiral from Pluto. Transmuting, mixing, dispersing, and bringing forth balance to the U harmony. So, give me a second. One of the things with people that are channeling, you'll notice that sometimes as they get back into set reality, sometimes they'll talk fast or they'll slur, or you can see a coming back into awareness and awakening into the 3D reality, or trembling, the shaking of your channels opening. All of that is completely normal, natural, and a part of this process. The thing with awakening, we are all awakening. We are all enlightening and receiving more of who we are internally and externally. This is braiding all that together for you, and it takes from 7 to your 9 portals and all of that beautiful stuff in between. I'm going to show you The, let me see, am I going to show it to you? No, I'm not. I'm going to show you part of it. Let me see, how do I turn this around? Maybe. I don't know how to, I guess I'm not going to, well, I get it this way. That's the part that I wanted you to see. That is the spiral pattern of that energy that was going through. So take care.